is the governor's first bill in the 2025 legislative session. Good evening, I'm Ryan Canada.
And I'm Alexandra Ray. So we've been following Governor Joe Lombardo's first bill of the legislative session every step of the way. But Jaden Urban sat in on the hearing and will tell us where the bill stands in the process.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. And thank you for the opportunity.
On Wednesday, the governor addressed the Assembly Committee on Commerce and Labor on his bill that's looking to increase attainable housing. The first bill was introduced last week. This bill is a part of Governor Lombardo's plan for the Nevada Attainable Housing Act. Essentially, it's trying to gather attainable house funding that would be stored in a specific account that would then be distributed by a new Nevada Attainable Housing Council.
And how are we addressing it? We're intending to put a $200 million tranche into the act. Part of it is a council that's going to manage the $200, and it's going to go across 6 separate pieces of legislation to ensure that we're hitting every community.
The bill is also looking to add a 4th tier to affordable housing to try and help those essential workers who make more money but still can't afford a house.
Traditionally, the cap would be 120%. Now we're going to 150% because you get the middle mile or the middle issues associated with your workforce.
And after the initial presentation by the governor and other applicants who are supporting this bill, that was the time when there was a Q&A session between the Assembly lawmakers and the applicants. And one thing that did get brought up in terms of opposition was the aspect of the bill of getting rid of prevailing wages.
May not be the intent, but it was every person that presented talked about asking construction workers to work for poverty wages.
Prevailing wages is the set amount that an employer must pay a worker on a job that's funded by the state. People argued that this bill could take a massive hit for construction workers' pay and give them worse wages. This was the governor's response to this.
There are some provisions to exempt, but there's also ability to receive prevailing wage. It's a matter of level of bid price.
The Democrats have the majority in both the Assembly and the Senate, so the fate will essentially lie in their hands if this bill does pass, and the governor is hoping to work across the aisle.
I'm optimistic, and I would think, and I mentioned in my introduction of the bill, it's a bipartisan bill. It addresses all communities.
Applicants said that they heard the committee's concerns and will work to address those before the next hearing. Covering the story, Jaden Urban, 2 News Nevada.